Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm reviewing Captain America Brave New World, directed by Julius, and it is a new Captain America film, this time with Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, taking the mantle. In this film, someone is brainwashed to kill President Thunderbolt Ross, played by Harrison Ford, while Sam has to go out on his own to not only find out how that person got brainwashed, but has to learn about this evil plan that's going on that's trying to expose Ross for who he really is. This is the fourth Captain America film we have gotten after the Captain America trilogy with Chris Evans, which I love. For me, the Captain America trilogy is one of the best trilogies, where the first one is pretty good, the second one is awesome, and Civil War is amazing. And I like Sam Wilson in the last two Captain America films, so I was excited to see him take the mantle in this film, and I was hoping that this film would be fun, but I was concerned with the behind the scenes stuff because this movie went through some problems and reshoots in the process, and when you have a big movie that has gone through a lot of reshoots, that is a big problem. And what also concerned me were the director and the writers that they went with for this film, because the director of this film did The Cloverfield Paradox, which wasn't very good, and the writers of this film also wrote Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is at times entertaining and can be fun to watch, and there are some great moments, but unfortunately it was one of the more forgettable Marvel shows on Disney Plus for me. So the good first, Sam Wilson does make a good Captain America. You see him go through the struggles of him trying to earn that rank and to try to prove that he can still be Captain America without the super soldier serum. And Anthony Mackie is excellent in this film. He didn't feel like he was copying Steve Rogers, he felt like his own version of Captain America, and it worked for me. I even liked his partner, Joaquin Torres, played by Danny Ramirez. He does bring some good energy and comedy in the film. I liked their chemistry as well. They definitely bring a lot more energy for the rest of the film. Now, for me, the action in this film is not the best. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not some of the best action in the MCU, and nothing like the action in Winter Soldier or Civil War, because the action sequences at times can be pretty slow and choppy, but I've seen some worse action sequences, but the action here still isn't something to talk about, because the action in this film isn't really something that's gonna stick with you, because you're not gonna get any scenes like the elevator scene from Winter Soldier or the final battle scene from Civil War. So yeah, the action here is kind of forgettable, and if you're expecting to see some more great action like Winter Soldier and Civil War had, you're gonna be disappointed. Easily the best action scene in this film is the aviation scene, where you would see Sam and Joaquin Torres flying around trying to stop these rogue pilots. It's definitely worth watching on the big screen just for that. Then there's Thunderbolt Ross, played by Harrison Ford, which this character was originally played by William Hurt in The Incredible Hulk, Avengers Infinity War, and Captain America Civil War, but he unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. And William Hurt was great as that character from The Incredible Hulk, and that character is a perfect choice for him, and Harrison Ford just might be on par with William Hurt for me. He looks like he's having a good time, he looks like he's enjoying playing the character, and Harrison Ford is easily one of the better parts of this film. And seeing Harrison Ford in a Marvel film is something I never thought I would see. I mean, I've got nothing against that. I actually love that. I love seeing both Han Solo and Indiana Jones in a Marvel film. That's pretty awesome. And I really do mean it. It's awesome seeing Harrison Ford in a Marvel film. Kinda wish he was in a better one, though. Now, I didn't hate myself watching this film, I just found it to be a very mediocre film with some very forgettable action sequences and a lackluster story. And one of my issues is in the first act, where they literally explain a lot of the events that happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like how Sam got his new suit and wings, where a character literally explains how he got them. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I know, I got that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You didn't need to explain it to us. We have another scene where they reintroduce Isaiah Bradley from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's like, yeah, we know, you don't have to introduce him again. You already introduced him in the TV series. Like, this movie literally explains a lot of the big stuff that happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that was very unnecessary. I didn't need that. I was perfectly fine without that kind of exposition. Now, like I said earlier, this movie dealt with a lot of reshoots, and you can really tell. There are times when you would see characters walking around on a green screen set that didn't need to be green screen. Like, you will see some scenes that feel very differently and kind of change the tone a little bit. Like, it really is that noticeable. There are also some characters that are introduced in the film that feel very pointless and don't really serve much of a purpose in the film. Like, for one, Giancarlo Esposito is in this film as one of the main villains, and his character serves nothing to the film. You could have removed that character and this movie wouldn't be any different. Now, I do love Giancarlo Esposito as Gus from Breaking Bad and Moff Gideon from The Mandalorian, but I was watching the film thinking to myself, why is he even in this movie? Because he's really there to give some exposition to Sam about who's been pulling the strings, and you never see him again. He's never brought up again after that. Now, I do love Harrison Ford as an actor, and I do love that he's playing Thunderbolt Ross and Red Hulk. It's not a spoiler, it's in the trailers, but unfortunately, he's only the Red Hulk for like 5 minutes, and all the scenes you've seen of Red Hulk in the trailer, those are all of his scenes in this film. Like, 95% of his scenes are in the trailer. Then there's the main villain of the film. Without getting into spoilers, this character does have a motive that's supposed to get us to understand why he's doing what he's doing, but you really don't get to see or learn a lot of that. Like, it skips a lot of his backstory and his personal life that it really didn't need to skip, because it would have gotten me to care about this villain and why he's doing all of these terrible things throughout the film. But my biggest issue with this film is that it doesn't feel like a Captain America film. It feels more like a tie-in film, which for some reason Marvel still likes to do with their films, even though we're tired of it now, because this movie ties into other Marvel films that had some moments that were left hanging for a long time and never got fully resolved until now, when those are just tie-ins that they should have really fixed a long time ago. They didn't really need to do that with a film like decades later. And it's just, why would they do that? Can't you just make this a Captain America film like you were from the start? Like, give him some actual Captain America villains to fight and have some actual Captain America characters. I know it sounds like I'm being really harsh on this film, but I didn't hate this movie. It does have a couple of good action sequences. The acting is still good. I really liked Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk, but the story is very lackluster and uninteresting and feels like a tie-in film, and most of the other parts of the action just feel forgettable. It has some characters that feel very pointless to the story, and it has a villain that isn't well developed. If you only want to watch this film just for the action, then I hope you have a good time with this film, but if you want more out of this film other than another tie-in film and have it be on par with Winter Soldier and Civil War, you're gonna be disappointed. Now, a lot of people have said that this is the worst Captain America film, and as for me, I don't agree, because I've seen worse. Like, have you seen the 90s Captain America film? Seriously, have you seen the 90s Captain America film? Then go watch it, because that is far worse than this Captain America film. Trust me. That being said, Captain America Brave New World is still kind of a disappointing movie, and I'm gonna give it a C. So guys, if you have seen Captain America Brave New World, what do you think about it? Do you think it's a great Captain America film and you think it's overhated, or do you think this is one of the worst MCU films? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.